Timer's ticking. Last chance to hit those likes. Let's get the party started. What's going on, guys? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's get the party started, said DJ. Yo! 2W, what's going on? Lupus, Squid, Bam Bam, Alan. He said, what happened to the Santa rally? I think we got our Santa rally, man. It was a pre-Christmas Santa rally. Anyways, what is going on, my friends? We got Bitcoin coming down just a little bit this morning. We got the DXY coming up and got the stock market futures coming down. Oh, man, not a good start to the morning. Is a Bitcoin dip or dump, I should say. Or if you want to say crash, I mean, sure, you can do that too. Is a Bitcoin dump coming to the markets? That's what we're going to talk about today. As always, if you could smack up that like button, we are 3 coffees deep and we're ready to rock and roll today. Yes, I have a Santa hat on. You know, you can sue me for having a Santa Claus hat on. It is what it is. We ain't taking the Santa hat class off. Class? I guess, geez, I'm coding too much. I'm talking about classes too much, man. I'm not taking the Santa class hat. What the hell is wrong with me today? Jordan, stop coding too much, man. Not taking the Santa hat off until Bitcoin makes a new low. All right? We ain't doing it. We ain't doing it, my friends. Anyways, 17,494. So yesterday, we got the big old FOMC meeting, man. All right, so everything kind of went the way that everyone expected. I mean, did anyone expect anything different? We got a lower CPI reading on Tuesday. We got a 50 basis point rate hike, and we got a Powell saying the same shit that he always does. Bada bing, bada boom. You see, nothing was different than what I expected, or I don't think really anyone expected anything different, to be honest. So you see in the market coming down, I think people had a little bit too high of hopes, and that's why I was very, very cautious this week. I did not want to spread FOMO. I kept saying, I'm going to wait till after these two big events to make my decision on what the next move for Bitcoin is going to be, because as we all know, people can get too pumped, to the upside. Oh my God, Powell's gonna be dovish. No, he says the same shit every single time, my guys. So Bitcoin kind of reacting to not being as great as everyone sort of expected. Who would have known? Who would have known, man? All right, let's see what you guys are saying. Dump City said Nola. Another vector candle to get. Facts. Good evening from the Netherlands. What's going on, William? Good evening from the Netherlands, man. A lot of people from the Netherlands come out and watch the stream. I appreciate you guys coming out. I'm shocked that so many people from the Netherlands love crypto, man. From what I know, I thought the Netherlands was very against crypto. I guess the people don't give a shit over there, and they're gonna buy crypto anyways. It is what it is, I guess. All right. Anyways, let's jump on into some charts. Okay. What do we got going on? Bathwater said free SBF. He said he's sorry. Oh, of course he is. All right, so Bitcoin yesterday. What level were we calling? Bada bing, bada boom. We were calling for Bitcoin to come up to about 18,467. We got pretty damn close. We got to 18,400. Sue me for being $67 off my target. Sue me. Sue me, man. And what happened after that? We got the dump. So that's what we were sort of looking for yesterday, was the rise up before the FOMC meeting, and then the dump after the FOMC meeting. What do you know? That's what we get. Anyways, what are we looking for now, right? We've seen about a $1,000 move to the downside here for Bitcoin. Nothing crazy. I mean, Bitcoin's down 1.82% today. Stock markets are down like 1.82%. What are we expecting for Bitcoin? Well, here's the way I'm looking at it. Here is the day that the way I'm looking at it at the current moment, my friends. Bitcoin with a big upsloping support line. This has been the support line that Bitcoin's held on this entire uptrend. So I'm watching this like a damn hawk. Okay, that's my favorite saying. I'm watching this like a damn hawk, because I am watching it like a damn hawk. I'm not gonna lie. We got some confluence coming up here. Okay, and I want to make this clear. If Bitcoin continues down this morning, we got this upward sloping trend line, and we also have the 0.618 retracement. And some previous peaks sitting here at 17,300. To me, that is the line that I want to hold. That's the line where if we want to continue this run to the upside, I want to see 17,300 hold. And we're coming up to it like a hot sack of potatoes coming up to it right now, my friends. A lot of confluence there, right? You guys can see the previous peaks. You can see the 618 retracement coming in there. The upward sloping support line that we had a deviation from down here. Big level there at 17,330. Will we be able to hold it? Will Bitcoin be able to hold that level? That's the line of the sand for me. If that breaks, man, I would say that seeing back into the 16Ks is pretty, I would say is not terribly unlikely at that point. But let's talk about why. Why does Jordan think that that's likely? Well, I mean, that's what we've been talking about all week, first of all. And number two, let me take a sip of coffee here. We're on coffee number 3, my friend. So we are pretty gassed up. I did about 3 hours of coding this morning. We went absolutely nuts this morning. So my brain is like super logical right now. It's too logical. It's too logical. There's no emotions in this brain right now. There's too much logic. There's too many if and while statements going on in this brain right now. Here's why I'm watching this. Nola, what's going on, buddy? I 17,400 last night, getting close. That's what I'm talking about, Wade. Yeah, I'm looking for like 17,330, somewhere in that range. So pretty interesting level, Wade. I agree with you. What do we got going on? Well, guys, look at the S&P. And this is the level we've been talking about, right? And where you're either going to deviate from the 3 previous bear markets, that are the 3 previous recessionary bear markets that the S&P has had, or you're going to continue to follow the trend, okay? We've been talking about this for God knows how long, this downward sloping trend line on the S&P, the same thing on the NASDAQ. This is the point in the sand. This is the point in the sand that we're looking at this and saying, holy shit, man, this is getting real. This is getting super, super real because, listen, none of my fractals have ever worked before, but if there's ever a fractal that I don't want to work, okay, or fractals that I don't want to work, it's these fractals right here, Okay, but all of a sudden we look at the fourth retest of this downtrend of resistance for the S&P. This is the most important thing for Bitcoin, my friends. I don't give a shit about the Bitcoin chart right now. Show me this. Okay, I come over here and I start to, you know, we start to overlay these again on the second peaks that these had, right? This was obviously the 2008 crash. Look at where we're at right now, my friends. You can't make this shit up. We are sitting right here on that fractal. Right here. And this was the line in the sand where we're saying we're either going to deviate from this or we're going to continue the damn freaking trend. Now, I don't think this is likely, but I just want to put it out there that we're continuing to kind of follow the same trend here. We put the 2001 there. Look at where also we're at. Bada bing, bada boom. So we got to, I guess, look at where we're at. Right. I mean, I'm just showing you guys what the charts are saying to me. I don't want this to happen, but I gotta show you guys. And this is the 1976 crash, which is from the second peak. We put that. Look at where we're at in all these three, my friends. This is a pivotal point for the S&P. We've been talking about this all week. It's gonna be make or break time. We're sitting right here, where all 1976, 2000. 2008, some of the biggest crashes in the stock market. This has been the point where the big final crash has started. Okay, now I'm not saying I think this is going to happen, and the good thing about this is my track record for fractals has not been great. Okay, every fractal that I've ever looked at in my life has been broken to this point. Fractals are meant to be broken, right? But this is where we're at, my friends. And if this is where we're at, and we continue the trend, the next couple weeks would not be great. I just wanted to show you it, just to make you guys be careful and be realistic, I guess, in the current market. But that's obviously the super bearish case scenario. But I just wanted to show you that. Michael, it's easy. He has a BTC looking weak. I just want to put that out there, guys. I don't want to spread FUD, but I also want to look at what's happened in the past. Now, here's the deal. I guess this morning, the semi-good thing that we can have, at least for the short term, the semi-good thing that we can have is that as the S&P futures actually gapped down today. So there is a pretty significant gap here now on the S&P that you would expect to come back up and take. But to be fair, we have gaps up here that haven't gotten taken. So I guess we leave those for the future, I guess. But this is where we're sitting, man. I mean, we sort of just draw a little support level here like this. This is a big line in the sand right here for the S&P, where if this breaks, oh, man, all of a sudden, it's not looking too good. So, once again, I'm not calling for a 50% crash on the S&P, but at the same time, I want to stress that we've been following those three fractals to an absolute T at this point, okay? Just putting that out there, my friends. And I don't know what would cause that. I don't know it's because people got too optimistic this week and thinking that all of a sudden there's going to be this pivot this week or some shit. I don't know. But we'll see, right? We'll see. There's some catalyst to that. And the DXY. The DXY is the other big thing here, right? Let's look at the DXY. This is the DXY. And you know, I was looking for this to come a little bit lower, down to 103, to be honest. Still think it can. Like, this can, over the next couple of days, this can still mosey in here. Bitcoin could still go back to the upside, make some double top or something like that. I'm thinking more bigger picture here. But I look at the DXY. It's approaching the level I expect to bounce from. I expect to bounce off of this level. Just looking left. Why do I expect to bounce there? I mean, it's very simple. We look left, previous high. Bada bing, bada boom, we're approaching that level. That's a big level in the DXY chart. And you've got a big falling wedge. Oh my lord!
Bitcoin's going to
10K. This is looking pretty bullish here for the DXY, I'm not going to lie. So, let's see. Obviously, the invalidation to this is the DXY breaks down here. If the DXY starts breaking down and breaks this 103 level, we can call this off. We probably continue the Santa rally. But at this current moment, the DXY is looking kind of bullish, man. The DXY is looking bullish and the S&P is looking bearish. That ain't a good recipe for Bitcoin, my friends. All right? So I just want to put that out there that and it's what we've been sort of talking about all week is the move up to 18K or so, and then sort of the dump continuing after the FOMC meeting. And so far, it's been playing out like that. That's not exciting news, right? That's not like, woohoo, we're out of the woods yet. Oh no, it's more like we have to wait sort of longer here for more upside, which it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's see. I think the reasoning being JP stress is unhappy on the tight job market. Facts. Can we party if the DXY breaks down? Absolutely. Dude, I don't want to sit up here and be bearish on the charts, but I'm also not going to lie to you guys and say that, oh, this looks bullish. But at the same point, I would be happy as hell if I'm wrong here. Trust me, I am a bull on the inside. You guys know I'm a bull on the inside. You know I want the prices to go up, but I'm also not going to sit here and go, oh my God, Bitcoin's ready to go to the moon here. It could, but in my opinion, I don't think it's ready for that yet. We go over to the daily time frame. Let's go over to the daily. DXY is going to break out on the daily RSI. It has been in this descending wedge pattern. Perfect, Alan. That's what we just talked about, my man. Perfect. Sounds good. I mean, that sounds logical to me. I'm not going to lie. All right, Bitcoin. What do we got going on here? I guess the one thing I can sort of say, and at least for the short term, like this is the short term shit. I could see the scenario where you sort of get a move back up to take this daily wick, because there is a big wick on the daily time frame here. That's about a 3% wick. Are they just going to leave that wick there? Typically, you'd say no, they just don't leave that wick there. And they don't have to come and take that right this second, but there is a good chance that they always come back up and take the wick on the daily. So a 3% wick, that's a lot of moolah right there for them to leave. Don't think they'd leave that there. So like I said, I could see the point where we sort of get a bounce somewhere, 17,000, 17,300, and we come up and take that little wickaroo. And then we form some type of kind of double top, and then that's sort of the sayonara suckers. And it also could be the S&P taking the gap to the upside of the daily too. So it's about where we sit. I would say, we sort of sit here and we watch this trend line coming up here like a hawk, and we sort of say, okay, does Bitcoin continue to hold the up-sloping trend line? If it doesn't, if this breaks down, that's not looking great, my friends. It's not looking great. But just remember this. You guys know my take. Even if the SPX dumps, my take is Bitcoin is going to outpace the S&P over time. Where's my chart? Where's my little chart? My take is that Bitcoin's going to outpace the S&P over the next couple months. So here's the deal. If the S&P, let's do a horrible case scenario. And I'm being a little bit of a bear today. I know. I guess it is what it is. Let's say the S&P does something like this. Let's say the S&P breaks down. Okay, bada bing, bada boom, it breaks down. Maybe it doesn't happen today. I could still see the scenario getting maybe a short-term bounce, and then you start to come back down like this. But let's say you do break down from this point. The S&P comes and tests, I don't know, maybe this previous low over here. It drops 6, maybe 8%, something like that. I don't think Bitcoin drops as much. And you might be saying, Jordan, that's ridiculous. Bitcoin is more volatile than the stock market. I would argue that this chart is super bullish on Bitcoin S&P. And I think if the S&P drops 6, 7, 8% over the course of the next maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, then Bitcoin doesn't drop as much. And I could see Bitcoin maybe dropping, maybe it drops 5, 6%, something like that. Where would that put Bitcoin? Let's just do a little bit of a, speculation here. That would put Bitcoin right back in the range that we were in before, right? Right back in at 16,500 or so. So I don't think it's the end of the world. I wouldn't be like, oh my God, look at the move. I do think it's likely that you do get a little rejection here, but at the same point, I don't think it's like, oh my God, Bitcoin's going to 10K type of drop. I don't see that in this current scenario. Unless you see one of those fractal drops from 2000, 2008, 1976, something along those lines. I don't see that. But, I could definitely see Bitcoin coming to this like $16,500 range. and we sort of just kind of hover back in that range for an extended period of time, kind of similar to up here, right? If we go back to the daily time frame up here, where we sort of had this, here's how I kind of compare. Okay, this little chop over here, I compare to kind of this little chop over here. And then we had a little bit of a move up. Okay. They come out with a 75 basis point rate hike. We dump. We come back to the lows again. We consolidate for another 2 months. We all remember that 2 months. That was one of the most boring 2 months in the market forever. This comes back down. Maybe it wicks back up, comes back down. You sort of chop in here for a little bit, just like you did over here, right? You sort of build out a little bit of a base. Maybe this goes into like February. This is kind of my thinking, right? This is sort of goes into everything we've been talking about here. We come back and build a base a little bit in here. What have we been talking about? I don't expect the bear market resistance band to be broken at least until the end of January. That's what we consistently said, which is at least another 5 to 6 weeks away. Okay, so you could see the point where Bitcoin drops here, stays down here for another 5 or 6 weeks. Don't shoot the messenger. We build another base down here, maybe I don't know, something like this. And then after that 5 or 6 weeks, we get over the bear market resistance band, okay? And then we attempt to come up higher, probably on another lower CPI print. And we try to carve out, and then maybe like a 25 basis point rate hike in February that gives us a little boost or something like that. We got to see, right? Well, let's let this play out. But I've kind of been saying this. I expect more, basically sideways action until the end of January. One, it's the holidays. The big money really ain't trading during these times. Okay. Number two, I don't expect the bear market resistance band to get broken until the end of January. So here we are. I kind of expect more choppy action, man. More choppy action. D. Kennedy said, we shoot the messengers. We shoot the messengers, man. Holy Lord. BTC has already decoupled from the stock market. Could be for a short term only, but is there. Yeah, it has. It has. I actually watched Blockchain Backer's video. He made a really good point, so I want to give him a quick shout out here. He actually made a super good point on one of his videos the other day. Basically, he took the stock market and basically showed up until the FTX dump, Bitcoin and the stock market were almost like 100% correlated. But after the FTX dump, the stock market, you guys remember, the stock market continued up and Bitcoin sort of dumped because of the whole FTX saga. That's why I've been sort of saying, if the FTX saga didn't happen, I think Bitcoin would be at a much higher price at the current moment. But you take your hits with the punches, I guess. Now the S&P is extreme based off the correlations, right? We know right here, November 7th, Bitcoin started to dump. The SPX started to come up on November 7th. SPX was right here, right? So you can see that during that time frame, the stock market went up about 10%, and I believe Bitcoin dumped about, let's see, from that point, Bitcoin dumped about 26%. So you uncorrelated a lot during that time frame. Will you catch up? You made a really good point in that. Really good point. I continue to say that I believe that Bitcoin will catch up against the stock market, and Bitcoin will outpace the S&P over the next couple months. So I guess my kind of theory matches up with that a little bit based off this chart. Let me see. When vacation dump? I'm actually expecting the opposite this time. I expect down/sideways until January, end of January. And then I actually think when I go on vacation, I actually think we're gonna end up going up at that point. Take it for what it is. That's my prediction. That's my prediction. 21K. I have a dream. Keith has a dream, man. Start the I guess the message back up. Matt said all the money is going into Christmas gifts. That's true. That's true. Very, very true. Finally made a couple dollars on the Euro trade. Nice, Kennedy. That's what I'm talking about, man. The DXY. The DXY. I don't see the reason why the DXY doesn't come back up here. At least for a little bit of short-term pump. I mean, this chart the normal person would say it looks bearish. This looks bullish to me. This looks super bullish to me at the current time frame. When vacation? The 25th to the 31st? No, 25th to the 1st. So right at the end of January, it all matches up. So either my theory will be proven wrong, or my theory will be proven wrong, and the vacation dump ceremony that's happened every single time will commence, or we break the vacation dump ceremony. So I'm going with we break the vacation dump. I'm going with we break it personally, but that's just me. What else do we got? It's gonna be, I guess. I'm gonna just jump through things today, guys, because I think we're still letting that FOMC kind of the FOMC cloud kind of go away. I think the rest of this week, Thursday, today's Thursday and Friday this week, we let the stock markets kind of settle where they want to be, and we sort of see where Bitcoin ends up at that time frame. But a lot of dust has to settle. The market has to organically take in the information, even though there was no new information. It was the same shit. So in reality, we should be at the same price. But you know how the market's emotional. It is what it is. Drew said, we're going to zero. Just sell short to FOMO Moon Boys, and you will win. There you go, Drew. Nice, man. Like we said yesterday, a lot of horse guys will be born yesterday. And unfortunately, based off this wick, look at this, guys. How many horse guys in the world do you think were born right here? How many horse guys were born? Let me know. Now, they might have an exit. At some point, you might get a wick up. You might take this wick and sort of give them an exit. We'll see if the market is kind enough to do that. Will they take it? No, because they'll think it's going to the moon again. But how many horse guys were born right here yesterday? A lot of horse guys were born. We said it. We said a lot of horse guys were going to be born. And he said Daddy Powell is going to either make or break their dreams. And he didn't really break them. He just sort of didn't make them, I guess. I guess is what we want to say. Horse guy long the top. He did long the top. He did do it. At least 250. I would say more. Like I would, if we're gonna do 250, I would say at least 250,000. No, that's too much. I'm gonna say at least 20,000 horse guys were born right here. At least 20,000 horse guys. Now probably half of them already sold out by now, but half of them are still horse guys at this point. About 350. I love that joke. That joke never gets old. About 350. Hopes and dreams, Santa Cali rush. I wouldn't say the hopes and dreams are crushed. I still think there's a chance that Bitcoin can get a bounce here. But at the same point, if I was to pick a direction right now, I got to go with my gut. My gut is telling me Bitcoin comes back into this range down here. And we sort of chop sideways for another 2 months until the end of January. And we sort of do that, and sort of we wait for the next CPI print. That's in the middle of January. That could be a little bit of a catalyst for a move up if it continues down, right? I mean, if you look at Trueflation, and I'm going to continue to look at this every day because this continues to come down like a rock. Yesterday, this was at 6.04%. Today, it's at 5.93. So in one day, you dropped about 0.1%, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that's a lot in one day. I mean, you keep doing that, you're going to drop. I mean, this shows that inflation has been cut in half since March. Okay, this basically shows a reduction from 12% all the way down to 6%. So the damage is being done, right? You're seeing inflation coming down. You just need to continue to see it come down. We have another CPI in the middle of January. You got another CPI in February. And another, I mean, obviously every month you get a CPI, but the hope is, that the sort of hopium is Powell. Here's my take. My take going forward. I think Powell does another 50 basis point rate hike in February, okay? Because we only have one CPI print, and this is sort of what makes sense to me. I mean, I've heard so many different scenarios and sort of predictions, and I've watched a million different stock. Whenever I'm at the gym, I listen to economists and stock market people. But February, another 50 point base raises. Basis rate hike, and then so we get one more CPI data for that. We get two more into the next one after that. So I think we get 50, 25 in March, and then May depending on if CPI keeps coming down like 1% every single month, I think May is the point where Powell might be thinking, let's stop, not cut, but let's stop. So let's see what we got. That's my prediction. I'm just putting my prediction out there. Does it happen? I have no freaking clue, man. I mean, listen, I sit here and drink coffee and talk to you guys every day. Do I have any clue? No. I have no clue. Hell yeah. Imagine benching to the to the Jerome Powell speech. Bench. The jobs report. The jobs report. Oh, yeah, man. The jobs aren't great. And you're just getting hyped to the jobs report? When settlement today? Let's see. Rodney thinks nope, 25 basis points in February, and that's it. No more raises. My prediction is 50 in February, 25 in March, and then no more after March. That's my prediction, Rodney. And maybe I'm being a little bit of a hard head here. That's my prediction. Only if inflation continues down at this current point, because inflation is coming down hot. It is coming down hot and heavy, man. Like, as much as we want to be super bearish, like we've already, based off this, I don't believe the Fed numbers that they give out. I don't. I think those are fudged to make whatever narrative they want to push at the current moment. Based off true inflation, we've basically cut it in half since March. Right? So if you think about it, 9 months, cut it in half. You basically cut it 6%. Cut it another 6%, another 9 months. Puts you right around September next year. I can see that. Nola said layoffs are coming. Yeah. Like I said, Ronnie, we both have no idea. You know what I mean? We both have zero clue. It is what it is. We're all just kind of guessing at this point. But all right, guys, let's see what we got. I'm gonna. I guess let me see what you guys said in the chat. Actually, Crypto Arbitrage said every time someone longs the top, horse guy gets his hooves. Very true. Very true. A lot of horse guys were born yesterday, and unfortunately, they didn't heed the warning. They didn't heed the warning, man. Of the buy the rumor, sell the news, which I guess we'll see if it continues. Like I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that. I want to see how the market settles up. I just think it's more of a chance of us dumping back into the 16K range at this current moment and just grinding it out, man. That's so freaking boring, but like. I don't know. That's my gut feeling, as we just end up staying in between 16,000 and 18,000 for the next 2 months, and we grind it out, just like we did up here. Just a grind out bore section, where you'll get occasional pumps to the upside, get everyone bullish, and then you sort of come back down. But basically, this range like this, and if you kind of measure it out from here to here. That was about 71 days of sideways. If we take if basically this dumps back down here again, which I don't really expect to go to sideways for 71 days. That's a little bit long, but that'll put you into February. Let's see what we got, guys. I think I'm going to end it at that, and let's see where we end up this morning. You get my general take. My general take remains the same. Gotta move up to 18.4, and then we turn back over and come back into the range. That's it. That is it. Looks like a big condom. What? What's this? I don't think it looks like a big condom. Watch the DXY today. DXY, oh my god, look at that 4-hour candle, man. The DXY looks bullish as a mofo right now. This pulls up. Watch the SPX. If the SPX breaks this level right here, oh my lord. Just be careful there. Be careful, be careful, be careful. Let's see where we end up today. All right? You get the take. Heed caution today. As always, guys, I think the best thing we can learn from this week, buy low. And if you're a holder, you can hold high. Buy low, hold high, or sell high. That's the lesson we can learn from this week. Okay? The time to buy is at support. The time to sell is when we hit major resistance levels. That's the thing that we can learn from this week. Okay? Now, as we start to come back down, you know what the deal is, man. Most people, if Bitcoin makes its way back down here, most people will get bearish. You probably get a little bit of a bounce. If most people will get bearish here, you probably get a little bit of a bounce here. Just remember, you buy support and you sell resistance. If you do that, you'll sort of be ahead of 80% of people out there. Because 80% of people bought right here probably. And they didn't buy down here. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm out of here. Catch you guys at 6:30. And as always, don't do anything I want to do. Don't panic sell crypto. Most of all, don't panic sell crypto. But don't be afraid to take profits in the bear market rallies. Still, until proven otherwise. All right? Later, guys. Catch you guys later. Later! Peace.